Expresso is in KwaZulu-Natal with Team USN. We met Barry Stunder to hear all about optimal nutrition during grueling stage races. But first, a bit more on his achievements.
Barry, I think it's safe to say that you are one of the top mountain bikers in South Africa. Tell us a bit about your win at the Cape Epic. What did that feel like?
The Epic was a goal that I finally reached this year. It's been 4 years in the making, and to finally get it right, 8 days might sound simple. If you got the legs you can do it, but that's not the case. There's so much that can go wrong in a race like that, and our health was really good and we never really had off days, so it was a perfect race for us this year.
The next big thing on the calendar is the Sani 2C. What would you say should the strategy of someone be going into an event like this?
For everyone, it's a challenge in its own. Some people are riding just to finish the race. Some guys are there to challenge their buddies, and that's your first thing, is to realize what your goal is and work towards that and set a plan to achieve that realistically.
23-year-old Barry has his eye on the 2012 Olympics. The former under-23 world champion in the Olympic cross-country discipline is one of the world's leading mountain bike racers.
In terms of preparation, tell me about what you do the night before.
There's quite a bit involved the night before, just to make sure you remember absolutely everything. I just take a head-to-toe approach and say, have I got my helmet, kit going down, are your bottles prepared, your race food. I take a few Vuma gels, the tubes with me on the bike. They're easy to use and they don't mess a lot. Some bars which are already cut up, your extra tools. I usually race with a bottle of Epic Pro, like in a long race like this, and maybe some BCA Vitago. And then also, again, like a recovery drink ready prepared for afterwards. Your mechanic or soigneur can just give it to you straight away and you can begin, preparing for the next day again.
Now Barry, tell me, do you eat before a stage?
It's very important to get up early, have your meal ready the night before, what you're going to eat or plan, and it should be a tested thing as well. It shouldn't be something that you're trying out new for the first time. Some people believe eating bowls and bowls of pasta right before the race is the way to go. For me, that's not. So, I have a set strategy, and, I already start fueling from the time I wake up until we start 2 or 3 hours later.
Athletes practice their hydration strategies to curb water and electrolyte losses. What Barry said cannot be emphasized enough. Test drive your energy drinks intake before the big event.
One of the most important things when it comes to stage racing is recovery. How do you ensure that your body is recovered enough between stages?
It's hard, you eat a lot, and by day 3 or day 4 it's not so much fun to eat anymore. Planning ahead is always good. Getting products that you're accustomed to and that you like using is very important, because I can guarantee even your most liked product it'll become more difficult on day 4, day 5 to eat that. So I usually try and get a lot of good fluid nutrition in, so a good recovery shake after the race. I like the USN Recovery Max, it's just easy for me to take in. But then obviously the solid food is important. We do have soigneurs that actually cook foods for us every day, and we can give them a little bit of a list of what we want the next day, and we get a properly cooked meal, and it's always on standby.
Behind the scenes, a stage race is a massive undertaking. To keep them on track, every team has a mechanic to service the bikes daily and a soigneur to take care of their clothes and meals.
In terms of supplementation, what are those products that you would say that you can't go without on stage races?
Going into a stage race, Epic Pro is definitely my #1 weapon. I feel that is the best drink. It's perfectly mixed of everything that you need. And then Vuma gels that I take during the race, and energy bars.
I can echo what Cherise is saying. I can also add to that the Gactic. Also helped me a lot during the Epic, just halfway when your muscles are really starting to fatigue. It almost lifts your muscles, it brings more red blood cells, more oxygen to your blood. And then also the phosphate loading, like we get VO2 max, and also the cramp block, which just clears away, buffers lactic acids and helps you during a stage race to recover better.
Anyone can ride hard, but not everyone rides fast. Team USN says it's important to decrease training volume every 4th week so your body can rebuild and gain new levels of fitness.
Cherise, mental preparation is also another important aspect. How do you mentally prepare yourself for a race like this?
In our training, that is the biggest part of the mental preparation. A couple of weeks before, I would have done the necessary training that I need, and going into the event mentally, I just know that I have done all that I can do. I just try and stay relaxed, and there's nothing you can really do about it going into it. I just try and focus on the event and do the best that I possibly can.
Every great racer had to start somewhere. Pick your event and enjoy great gains in fitness and skill. Join us again tomorrow for unique insight in the toughest stage race in the world.